guys, it's me Azalea and you're watching my YouTube channel Azalea's Way. It has been a while since I uploaded and I just wanted to give y'all a little update. Excuse me, I've got my washing machine running for obvious reasons. Y'all remember when I didn't used to believe in a washing machine and I just did all my laundry by hand in the bathtub and then dried it in the air? That was one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. It was something that I don't think I would do for the entire rest of my life, but spending a year or two washing all of your clothes by hand, highly recommend. That was an incredible way for me to really understand how many pieces of clothes we have, to really become conscious about how many things you own, because you're not going to want, on wash day, you're not going to want to wash 500 pieces of clothes. You want a manageable amount of clothes that you can manageably wash. You're not going to wash something unless it's actually dirty, so you're bringing a consciousness to your everyday life. That's one of the best things I ever did. Our culture and society largely is disgusting, overspending, over-accumulating things and stuff. Here comes my little huckleberry. Anyway, people just have no idea how many things they own. They do not lay eyes on everything they own on a regular basis. I do have 3 children and a partner who does not share my belief system when it comes to material possessions, so my home has too many things in it currently. Oh well, but I did the important work of becoming conscious of physical possessions on a deep level. And so I'm glad I did that. Anyway, then I got a washing machine with one of our stimulus checks that came years ago with COVID and all that. And I enjoy my washing machine. I still do not own a dryer. A dryer is a very large expenditure of electricity, which we should also be conscious about that as well. Washing machine is also a very large item to fill up your house. It takes up a lot of real estate. Of course, my clothes, when I'm drying them, take up a lot of real estate, especially in the winter when I'm doing it inside. But for me, I like it. I like touching each piece of clothes, fluffing it out, hanging it. I like to live consciously. I think little daily life is very interesting. I think if you can enjoy the little daily life stuff, then you kind of got life figured out, you know? So, I don't really quest after a big vacation, or a trip to the moon, or a fancy new car. I just want a peaceful, happy, daily life. So, that's a little bit about me, just some of my old platform issues. Stop by here, talk about them. So, recently I have felt a complete release of blogging, being a creator, making monetary income from Way Crunchy, now known as Azalea's Way. But, you know, I don't see like a black and white type thing. I actually look back to when I was more passionate and on fire about life, and blogging was like a creative outlet and a way for me to connect with like-minded individuals. And so for me now, looking at YouTube as more of like how someone might look at a Facebook page. Like, I'm stopping in to say hello to my friends and to talk about things that excite me. Like, I really don't want to do trying so hard to figure out the algorithm. I'm over it. As far as income, obviously I need one. Once upon a time, I was married and had a husband, and I was like cool being a stay-at-home mom and not having my own income. But that marriage was not a success, so I don't want to repeat that same thing. That's not a desire I have. Anyway, so I need an income, and I have a job interview. But part of my y'all, I'm 40 years old. Maybe I'm having like a midlife crisis. Only it's not a crisis, it's just a reworking. Stopping what does not serve me, changing perspectives, just switching things up. Quit trying to make a square peg fit into a round hole. Quit trying so hard things that have not been successful for me. And I just have a complete mind shift. I think it's like a midlife crisis, only I don't feel in crisis. I feel enlightened in a way. It's a grandiose thing to say, so be it. Yeah, I have a job interview, but I also feel private. For the first time in like 10 years, I feel private. I ain't telling y'all about my future plans. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. I have a job interview. I'm excited. I hope I get it. Yeah. Well, one thing I also have shared a lot on this channel for the past 10 years is chickens, my journey. I had chickens when I first started the channel. I didn't have chickens while I was rebuilding my life, and then I got chickens. And then we moved into a fancy fixer-upper. It's in more of a neighborhood and less of a rural area. Y'all, someone called the authorities on me here in my new neighborhood on my birds. And I was just like blissed out, just like being in my fenced-in yard with my children, with my birds, my children carrying around birds. I was just like blissed out. But I got a knock on the door. It was like a city official, and according to my lot size, I'm only allowed to have 4 hens. So, and they'll be back in a month to check and make sure I comply, or I can email them if I comply sooner. I complied right away. You know, I'm not trying to be a chicken outlaw. I don't want the trouble. I don't want the drama. I'm not going to make a stand. I'm not going to be some kind of weird chicken activist and pay fines. No, I'm going to comply. Here's what burns my biscuits. Whoever complained on me did not come to me. Did not say, hey, your roosters are bothering me. If they had, I would have gotten rid of my roosters because I knew that they could complain on me. Like, you don't have to go to the authorities. Me knowing that you could go to the authorities is enough. You could have been like, hey, your roosters are bothering me. Then I would have got rid of the roosters. If you're shy, which I get, if you're like anti-confrontation, which I get, you could have put a note in my mailbox. You could have put a note on my car. You could have put a note on my chicken coop. Like, you could have given me a note. You could have contacted me. I don't know who turned me in, but they didn't contact me face to face. If they had contacted me face to face, I could have got rid of the roosters and kept my hens and not been down to this just 4 hen situation. If my hens weren't bothering you, I could have kept as many hens as I wanted. But with the city, he dropped a broom. With the city opening the case on me, now it just stinks, and I can only have 4 hens. I gave away my favorite hen because she was going with her mate. They were rooster, chicken, wife, and husband. They mated every day. They were very close. I didn't feel like I should separate them, even though Ethel was my favorite hen. She was just so sweet and social, and like she specifically liked me. Anyway, they went to live at a farm. I know the farm was, I feel nothing but 110% confident that it was a wonderful place for them to go live. cried like a baby. As soon as I handed over my birds, I cried like a baby. I cried. I was very depressed for a couple of days. I feel less depressed about the birds now. I'm more in a place of acceptance. But I cried and cried. And then the next day after my birds left me, Ethel's mate, Eddie, dropped dead. And the only reason I sent my favorite hen away was so she could stay with her husband. And her husband dropped dead. No sickness, no injury. I don't think he likes being separated from his flock and like going on a car ride. He probably had like a chicken heart attack. But, so I was more depressed after that. I was depressed that he died. I was depressed that I sent my favorite hen with him, and now her husband just dead next to her. They sent me a picture of the situation. It sucked. It's terrible. Yeah, so that's what happened with the chickens. So now, I have built a second gigantic chicken coop for 4 hens. That was all very upsetting. And that's what I'm up to. I have almost completely lost interest in social media. Facebook, Instagram, whatever. I'm not interested in the least. I still like to watch a little YouTube. That's probably the most entertaining thing for me in my life. I feel like I've lost the ability to get like dopamine from different activities. I used to get dopamine from like more followers or likes or feeling really excited about something I created or even eating ice cream. I don't even give a hoot about ice cream at this point. I'm just kind of in a change things around place right now. So that's what's up, y'all. 40 years old. How do I want to proceed? What makes me happy at this point? I love you guys. I know a lot of y'all were probably like missing me because we have become friends. So I thought I'd holler, say, hey, what's up? Bye, y'all.